Welcome to Linda's Weekly Guided Insights, a weekly gift of guidance from my spirit guides on navigating the uncertain world you are now living in. Published every Tuesday since 2014. In this episode, the guides will be talking about free will is an expression of your truth. So, Ray, what do you have to say?
So the way I see it is free will is the direction or the intention that you give to the advice you get from your guides.
Okay. Say it again.
The implementation of your free will is the direction or the intention that you give to the advice that you received from your guides.
Right. That's right. Okay. It's acting on that guidance. Okay. Knowing that that guidance is trustworthy. So the only gap here is, do you trust the guidance that's coming through? All right. Or do you just think, oh, that's one of those things happens once in a while. It's pretty interesting, but I've got other things to do. I don't have time to be spiritual. How about that one? I've heard that one a lot. What it's really saying is I don't have time to exercise my free will. I don't even know what my free will is because I don't have time for it. You know something, you guys? That's all you really have is your free will, where it takes you, what it allows you to do. It's you are the manifester, the power source in this life because you have free will. That's a gift. That's not something you should dread. If you dread it, it's because you're out of practice. You have been following the guidelines of someone else or something else, okay? And you actually forgot that you had any say in the situation. You pretty much kept your mouth shut, put your head down, followed the rules. That is not free will. That's the absence of free will. So if you feel like you have been succumbing and dancing around things and trying to, not cause any trouble and that kind of thing. You have the most to gain from finding out what this free will that you were born with is. You have the most to gain because you've been missing out a lot. All right. Free will is something that if your ego starts to take over and control your life, or the influence from outside of you starts to intimidate you and make you feel fearful, that is as far as you can get from having your free will, let alone exercising it. Okay? So this thing about free will is who you are. It's who you are from the depth of you. It's the expression of you. If you want to be somebody that wants to create and express, or you want to be entrepreneur and you want to do all that, if you have free will working for you, I'm not talking about your ego. These are two separate things. Free will, if your free will is healthy and developed, you need to get this insight, by the way, on my website. Free will is the expression of your truth. It's you coming out. It's you expressing you. Let's use an example. Say you're a musician, or you're a singer, or anything like that, where you're on stage, okay, and it's time for you to do what you do, what you learned to do from your free will, from what you love, from what is inside you, an expression of your truth, of who you are. If you stand up there and you just choke up, your free will is in jeopardy. You need to really look into this thing about free will, where you can't be who you are If you can't be who you are, your free will is in jeopardy. And how can you ever live a fulfilling life, let alone an impactful life where you really have impact on other people's lives, if you don't have your free will intact, if it's not healthy, if it's not working, if it's not allowed to express itself? Now, these journals are designed to help you with that. And these journals are also designed to help you if you have free will. Because when your free will is healthy and it's alive and it's in the forefront, not your ego, your free will, it's different than your ego. You feel the difference? Okay. Your free will knows you. Your free will can't help but express itself. It has to. Start right here. Start writing in your journal every day about your free will, where it's working, where it's not working, where it's working, but it's kind of stagnant and it's not well developed, where it's not working, but it's coming out every once in a while. Just, it shows up when you don't expect it. Okay, write down all those different times when your free will shows up. When you're not sure if it's your ego or your free will, write that down. Because you guys, you're not going to know which one is which or how well you're doing with it or not until you start tracking your steps. You've got to do it or you will never figure it out. By the way, I'm an expert at this. Here's my flagship book, Guided. This is how I did it, expressing my free will. And this is how I learned to do it. I started journal writing from the time I was 7 years old to figure things out. So I knew that when I applied my free will, that it was well guided, not misguided. Okay? It's how I mastered it. So this is how you're going to do it. Also, you need to get this insight. You need to keep an eye on my insights and sign up for Linda's weekly guided insights. Just go to my website, sign up for it. Okay. So if my work has changed your life for the better in any way, share what I do with your like-minded friends. And the spirit guides and I love your comments. So keep them coming. All right. So like always, the spirit guides and angels are going to close the session. And tonight's session is about free will is an expression of your truth. And here they go.
What you have and what you do are not who you are. Who you are is an expression of your free will. However, the ego seems to get in the way, and people are always chasing what they don't have. Therefore, they are never satisfied with who they are. What you contribute is who you are. And that is the expression of your truth.
You know, you guys, your life works. You just have to catch yourself when it doesn't and catch yourself when it does. Start writing in your journal for 15 minutes a day. It's you reporting back to yourself. Okay? You have help. You are never alone and always being guided.